Hey guys, so my last video about the solo classified farm actually got some really good positive feedback, and I thank you so much for that. I'm glad it helped a lot of people, as it seemed that it did. But one of the things that I was asked the most was about my build, so that's what this video is about. Now it is to note that this build is not the build that I used in that solo video. This is just a much better build that I highly recommend that you use that solo farm to try to acquire. When I did that video, I did not have that much classified gear, so I just did that for a couple days, that solo farm, and this is what I've come to. So here we go. I'm going to start with the armor, then I'll go to the main stats, then I'll go to the weapons, and then I will go to the skills used. We'll start off with the striker harness. So this is a 6-piece classified striker build, so you do need 6 pieces of classified gear. My harness has a stamina roll. It has health, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity. The mods on the harness are an electronic damage to elites, 2 of them. So you should definitely keep an eye out for stamina, firearms, and electronics damage to elites purple mods. They can be sold at the vendors on weekly reset. You should be stacking these on pretty much all of your gear. I do make an exception in this particular build for reasons about weapon talents, but you should always be stacking these. Damage to elites and enemy armor damage is super important. If it can be rolled on the piece of gear, it should be rolled. For the striker's mask, stamina, enemy armor damage, damage to elites. Like I said, the mod on the mask is an electronics mod, damage to elites. Looking at the knee pads is stamina, enemy armor damage, damage to elites. If we go down and we look at the mod, this is the one exception that I did make. It will be pretty clear to you why I made it later on, but I do have an electronics health mod, and then my performance mod is pulse critical hit chance. You can choose what you want for your performance mods. I do recommend stacking whatever you put on your performance mods, just kind of stack it up so that you have one sort of ability or skill that is just amplified. On my pack, I have a firearms health, ammo capacity, and down on my mod I have the firearms damage to elites mods. This is a +4 that was sold last week, and my 2 performance mods, as previously stated, are pulse critical hit chance, pulse critical hit chance. My gloves are very important. There's a lot of important stats here, so for this particular build I think this is the best roll. Firearms critical hit damage, assault rifle damage, and enemy armor damage. Now if you're not using an assault rifle, which I do recommend, I will explain why you would want to roll that assault rifle for whatever you're using. And then the gloves do not contain a mod, so we're not going to worry about that. And then the striker holster. I have a pretty high build here, almost perfect rolls across the board. I will optimize this up. Major attribute, I think you can pretty much choose what you want here. I decided to go with reload speed. And then the mod on the holster is a pulse critical hit chance, as you probably have guessed. Now let's take a look at the 6-piece. Why striker? What's so good about it? So the 2-piece striker gives you stability. The 3-piece gives you enemy armor damage, which pairs very well with assault rifles. The 4-piece is called striker's battle gear. Every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage, stacks up to 100%. Missing shots drops the bonus by 2%. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second. It can be paused by EMP and lost when exiting combat. So basically you just get crazy damage buffs, and it rewards you for not missing shots and hitting your enemies. Now, where the classified comes in, you need 5 pieces of classified and 6 to get set bonus 5 and 6. 5 gives you more stability, more enemy armor damage. 6, this is one of my favorite things about it, this striker's persistence. Every hit adds a self-healing bonus for 0.02% of max health per second. This bonus is increased by 0.05% for every 3,000 stamina, stacks up to 100 hits. Missing shots drops the bonus by 1 stack, and bonus is reduced by 2 stacks every second. This heal is actually insane, and you will notice that the important thing here is bonus is increased by 0.05% for every 3,000 stamina. So you can choose to stay at 3,000 stamina, or you can take it up to 6,000 stamina, as I do in my build, and get this 0.05% bonus increase. Or some people even go up to 9,000 stamina, so choose a 369 stamina based on your liking. And then the final bonus for the 6-piece is the improved striker's battle gear. Excuse me. So this is basically the 4-piece on crack. Every hit increases the bonus damage for striker's battle gear by an additional 1%. Missing shots drops the bonus damage from the striker's battle gear by 1%, and the bonus is reduced by 2% every second. So you're getting an additional 1% for every bullet that hits an enemy instead of just a single base 1% damage. Now, like I said, I explained why I have 6,000 stamina so that I can get that double 6,000 heal. My firearms is about 5.5 and my electronics is 3.8. So let's go over and talk about the weapons and why I have a 3.8 electronics and why I don't have more into firearms, because you might be asking, you know, Glad, why if you're building a DPS build, which it seems like Striker is, why don't you just have everything into firearms? Well, this isn't necessarily just a DPS build. This is a tactical link spam build, and that's what makes us so overpowered paired with the Striker. So what I'm using for my primary gun is lightweight M4. There was a blueprint that you could buy last week. If you did miss it, guys, once again, sorry about my throat. I'm battling a little bit of a cough and cold here, so I do apologize. But what you want to roll is Commanding and Determined, preferably Determined in the bottom because it is the more expensive of the two talents. Commanding only costs 38.32 electronics, which is exactly why I have this. So now you know I have the stamina and the electronics, so hopefully everything is sort of falling together there. Commanding. Every kill that you get while your signature skill or your tactical link is active extends its duration by 20%. So you can pretty much have an infinite tactical link as long as you have enemies pouring into the room and as long as you are killing them while it is active. Determine, what that does is every time that you get a kill, whether you're in your tactical link or not, it reduces all skill cooldowns by 7.5%. Jeez, I get these every time I make a Division video. So you're getting kills in your signature skill. You will also be getting energy back for that signature skill while it's active. That's why this is so overpowered. Plus, you'll be getting energy back for any skills that are on cooldown. And then my middle perk here is responsive. Damage is increased by 10% when closer than 10 meters to the target. This allows me to be super aggressive. So let's take a look at the mods for this. My mod here, I have critical hit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage. It is also very viable to stack and have your main stat here is headshot damage. I just started playing on PC not too long ago. I played on console, so I don't have the luxury of having all these different types of weapon mods to put on my guns, but this is the best one that I saw fitting for now. On your muzzle, you want headshot damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. On your grip, you want critical hit damage, reload speed. The middle one, this is kind of up to you. I just have one with optimal range. I think you can get stability here as well, so that might not be too bad, especially for console players. And the magazine, extended mag all the way. You want magazine size, critical hit chance, and rate of fire as high as you can get them. My second weapon is the LMG. I am using the M249 because it has the best sustained damage for any LMG for PvE in the game. Same thing with the lightweight M4. That's why I use both of these weapons, because their sustained damage is really, really good for PvE. Meticulous is a must on an LMG. It has a very large magazine, so the chances of proccing a 25% instant refill to your magazine is really high, because you are definitely going to get 4 kills by the time this, what is it, I think it's 217 magazine is empty. So Meticulous is nice because you can just keep shooting and never reloading, and it'll just keep refilling your magazine. And then your PvE perks, Destructive and Ferocious. These things are monsters. Armor destruction is always a big thing, and Ferocious, increased damage against elite and named enemies, is really nice. Plus, the lightweight M4 has already this base enemy armor damage, so stacked with all of the enemy armor damage that you have on all of your gear, assault rifles are just a really, really, really good option to go if you're looking for this type of build. And then the mods on the LMG are very similar. Crit chance, crit hit damage, headshot damage for the sight, headshot, crit damage, crit chance for the muzzle, underbarrel is crit damage, reload speed, optimal range. Pretty basically identical to the M4. I think just slightly less stats because I don't have all of the gear just yet. Alright, so we covered that, we covered that, we covered that, we covered that. Okay, so let's take a look at our skills. Skills, I think all of the skill 1 and skill 2, it depends really what you're doing. I tend to run around with pulses and booster shots a lot. If I'm soloing a little bit higher levels of resistances, I will use the ammo cache to help keep my ammo supplies decent, and then the immunizer if I'm going out and doing the data breaches. But definitely always run tactical link. That's the point of this entire build, having that DPS, having the heals from the striker from the 6-piece classified striker, but being able to tactical link spam with your M4. And then finally we will look at what the stats are for my character when I have my M4 equipped. So we have a 12.5 crit hit chance. That's not too bad for an assault rifle. Crit hit damage is 68, headshot damage is 99. So we have a nice little balance there of some damage output. And then let's go down and look at what our damage to elites. So our damage to elites is 41. Now keep in mind I could make this about 44 if I put that additional purple mod on. However, I like the little increase in firearms, so I'm totally content with 41%. As long as you're above 40, you're looking really, really good. And then my enemy armor damage is 65%. So, I hope I went over everything there and was decently clear. If you guys do have any questions about the build, do not hesitate to ask at all in the comment section. I will do my best to keep up with it. But now let's take a look at some gameplay. So we're going to look at the tactical link spam, and we're going to see that in action. And you guys can see for yourself just how awesome it is and decide if this is the build that would be right for you.
Keep you out, but they can't keep you out. Keep you out, but they can't keep you out. But they can't keep you out. But they can't keep you out. I caught you running through my head again, trespassing in my mind and stealing all my thoughts away. You do it all the time now. And though I built my walls up high, you still broke them down. And I unlocked the gates again, but they can't keep you out. Keep you out, but they can't keep you out. Keep you out, but they can't keep you out. Keep you out, but they can't keep you out. Keep you out, but they can't keep you out.